My grandpa prayed for 2 Mexicans and got them. Now, in this era of sensitivity and political correctness, let me just say this is actually spot on correct from a political and cultural standpoint. You have to listen to the full story to understand that what my grandpa was doing was actually completely accurate in the sense of properly identifying Latinos and Mexicans and using the joke in the correct context. Summer after senior year of high school, I'm having my graduation party. Everyone was very excited for it, especially my grandparents because they don't get out as much as they used to for whatever reason. When my grandpa got there, he went right to the Mick Ultra keg and said, "I'm the guest of honor at this party because none of this happens without me." My grandpa's my freaking best friend. I was trying to get him to move up to Bowling Green, Ohio with me when I left for college. We're just tight like that. I didn't realize how in the bag my grandpa was until about halfway through the party when he challenges my uncle and his son to play him and me in 2-on-2 basketball on our little half basketball court in the backyard. We won. I will say we won. But during the game, he falls over and the whole crowd of people there's like, "Oh, is he okay?" My buddies go run over to help him up. He's like, I'm fine. Don't touch me. I'm good." After the basketball game, my grandpa comes over onto the patio, and me and all my buddies are sitting around him just listening to him crack joke after joke. 'Cause that's my grandpa's thing. Like, he's never the center of attention. My grandpa's awesome like that. He never has to be the center of attention. He never needs a bunch of eyes on him. Whoever's willing to listen gets blessed with the opportunity to hear all of his amazing jokes and sidebar comments. Like, he's that guy in a big group setting. So it's the best thing in the world. He sits down at this table on our patio, and my mom and dad had bought this huge outdoor patio umbrella, and it literally shaded the entire porch. As the sun is setting, you have shade everywhere except for where you actually need it, right in your eyes. And my grandpa's all sweaty from playing basketball, and he says to me and all my friends, he's like, I just need a couple little Mexicans to pull this umbrella down just a tad so the sun's not in my eyes. You can Google it. Latinos, Mexicans, Latinos, anyone of that culture or area of the world, they tend to be shorter. I believe their average height for males is 5'9", females 5'7". It's rather short compared to other cultures. It's a culturally accurate statement. So we start giggling, and this is where I just have to believe that God or the universe, whatever you believe in, has a sense of humor. 30 seconds after my grandpa says that, one of the families that my parents invited arrive, and they happen to have 2 little Guatemalan kids that they adopted. The 2 Guatemalans come running around the corner right after my grandpa makes that comment. We all see it coming, right? He literally has just made the comment. They run around the corner. All my buddies immediately look at my grandpa. My grandpa, dead serious, folds his hands, looks up at the sky, and goes, "Thank you, God." And we all lost it. Could not get control of ourselves to the point where the rest of the people at the graduation party are looking like, what the hell are they laughing so hard at? And it was actually a family of one of my good friends. He comes around. I ended up telling him about it later. He's laughing his ass off. And it's one of those things like, yeah, is it rude? Is it racist? Probably. But the thing about the United States of America that I think we all have forgotten, especially with the art of comedy and that type of comedic joking dialogue, is it's no deeper than a joke. Every race, every religion, every culture has generalized stereotypes that are rather accurate about us. There's jokes about white people, black people, Asians, Mexicans. It doesn't matter. You could go as deep and specific as you want, all the way down to like, I'm Irish German, and there's going to be a joke about those two things. Like, that is the culture that we live in. But I think the beauty in that nobody really understands anymore, or at least has been taught to not understand, is the beauty of America is exactly that. We're a melting pot. In order for me to make a joke about you and your culture or your skin color or your religion or whatever, I have to have a correct understanding of that, because I either have to make a culturally accurate joke or a culturally inaccurate or politically incorrect joke. So either way I go, and even if it offends you, I still have to have an understanding and knowledge of where you come from and your history and your political or cultural or genetic or heritage or whatever, all the fucking shit now that we throw out there and spew out and try to redivide everyone, when in reality, all that is, while it might be offensive, and I guess you could say offensive, it's a voice of satire just to reiterate the fact that we're a melting pot of all cultures, of all religions, of all genders now, even though there's only 2 of them. But it's just one of those things. Like, you got to be able to laugh and make light of those jokes. Like, if it's true hate speech, fine. But there's a difference between being truthfully hateful towards somebody and wisecracks and jokes. There is a difference. You can't make every funny joke a hate crime. For me, that is so frustrating, especially someone who's trying to tap into the comedic world. And I don't know if I want to do stand-up or movie scripts or just stick with the podcast stuff. But like, you have to explain and filter out the truth. It's okay to tell a joke that might upset some people. Because even if you tell the cleanest joke in the world and you say it in the most politically correct way, you could offend somebody. But what we have to remember as people is, if you're one of the people getting offended, we live on probably the most level playing field in the world now. I mean, if anything, you could kind of look at it and say that all the people who had the advantage, as in white people, even though white is actually a racist generalization in itself, because there's a wide variety of Europeans and different and different cultures that appear to be white but are not. So don't mislabel white people either. I just hope for the youth and future of America that you're able to understand, like, yeah, history of America, it might not be the prettiest. There might have been some things that were wrong, and we can acknowledge that. But if you use that as fuel for hate and you continue to let it divide the country and let these people up in powerful places in the categories of politics, big tech, even religious leaders that choose to divide us as a people and try to break us down using history as a tool to divide us as a nation, instead of recognizing, nah, we're the only country in the world that allows everybody from any background to have equal opportunity, then we're missing the mark. And I think it all comes back to the individual, especially with all the cultural diversity stuff that's been put out there. Like, there is no advantage to being white anymore. There's almost more of an advantage in a lot of areas of being of a minority, even though nobody's really the minority anymore. so so it is crazy to me that we continue to try to preach about equality for all and all this crazy bullshit when it's like, wake up in the morning and realize you're in America. We're all equal. We're all free. You might be upset with yourself and the position that you're in, and you can blame that on the fact that you're black, part of the LGBT community, a religion, or a different race that I missed. Pick your favorite. Ultimately, what it comes back to is, we're all Americans on this soil. We welcome all different cultures and religions and races. You, as an individual, have the opportunity to do anything that you want with your life. If you don't succeed, it's not because you live in America. It's not because of your race. It's not because of your religion or gender or etc. It's because you didn't put in the work to get what you wanted out of your life. And damn straight, there might be some advantages if you choose to be in business and your last name is Trump. I get it, right? But there's also some advantages if you choose to go to the NBA and you're a 6'9" black guy. Everybody has advantages in different areas of the United States right now. And that's called being in a true cultural melting pot. It doesn't matter who you are. If you find your lane and you find what you're good at, or where you have a genetic or historical advantage because of your family name or your bloodline, etc., you have an opportunity to excel. That's just the reality of the matter. Everybody's made different, but we're all made in God's image. And if you can simplify everything down to that, then all this bullshit about critical race theory and gender dysphoria and the political shit and the big tech shit and all the conspiracy theories, all the bullshit that gets spewed out in front of us to hate each other and be divided, would go away. And I can't even sit here and say this without people not even watching the whole video and being like, you're white and you're in front of the American flag. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So, with all that being said, it's a cultural melting pot here in America. It's okay to make jokes like that, in my opinion. It's okay to make those jokes with friends of other cultures. What it really comes down to, what it really comes down to in the United States of America is, are you going to choose to be somebody that uses all of this political bullshit that's thrown in your face to divide us? Are you going to use that as an excuse to not get to where you want to be in life and not achieve the things that you want to do and blame it on racist America or the fact that you're this color or this race or this gender or this religion or whatever? Or are you going to strap up your boots, go to work, grind on your goals, chase your dreams, and become the person that you want to be? Because if you look at the people who are very successful and famous or whatever the hell you want to be in today's society, they're extremely diverse. Men, women, black, white, Asian, Mexican. You pick. You can find somebody from any race, culture, gender, religion, any background who has found success in the United States of America because we are a cultural melting pot. So quit fucking making excuses for yourself. Quit blaming it on the broken racist system of America. You live here. Somebody in your family tree moved here, forced or not. You're here now. Quit making excuses for yourself. You're here now. You woke up this morning. You have an opportunity to go get whatever you desire. It might take a lot of work, and you might not get it on the first try, but that is not how life works, regardless of where you move. And I will say this as politely as possible. If America is so freaking bad and so racist and so horrible, you're welcome to leave. Hopefully Biden and all the other corrupt motherfuckers in office are on the way out. That's today's episode. Sorry if I showed my card as a racist white man. I was riding around town thinking to myself, is it gonna get